All right, Bonita, we've just got a little bit of time before we get started. We're a little early before the top of the hour, but we are approaching it rapidly.
We all get the worm.
That's right. That's right. The early bird. That's right. That's right. It's good to be early so that you're prepared. It shows that this is a priority for you. If it wasn't a priority, you would just show up whenever you felt like it. If you show up late for this, a lot of times you miss the assignment. Go ahead, Bonita. We're at the top of the hour.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks, Cindy. So I don't know about you guys, but I always have questions. I've always questioned things my whole life. Things like, how is it that slow up and slow down mean the same thing? If a bottle of vanilla is brown, why is it that everything we flavor with it, vanilla ice cream, vanilla pudding, vanilla frosting, is all white? I don't understand this. And if you're a network marketer, how is it that we're always trained to, get off the block and tell everybody that you know about your product? Oh, no, don't do it that way. You have to recreate a relationship. I'm confused every day of my life. This is confusing to me. So I actually work in a number of social medias because I live 50 miles from nowhere and we're in a seemingly pandemic. So I use Facebook mostly, a little bit of Shaper, and I'm just starting to figure out Instagram, but I honestly haven't connected with anybody there. I have no idea how it works. So recently I was on a training with Mike Beverly, and he talked about this thing called, May I Ask You a Question? And Melanie, for you, I typed this into the chat because you're such a perfectionist. You're going to want to get this word for word. I know you so well. So he asks, may I ask you a question? Now he's using Facebook, and some of these people he doesn't know whatsoever. Now I've been using this for a while, and I'm going to tell you guys, 100% of the people will say yes, because they all think you're going to ask them something about themselves, and they all want to talk about themselves. So when they say yes, Mike says, I'm working with something that's so interesting. This may or may not be for you. If I sent you a short video about it, would you watch it? He's getting real results with this. And so I was thinking about this in my world and how I would use it. And, because I work back and forth through cold people and people, people I don't know and people that I have a little bit of relationship with, I decided, okay, I need to tweak this a little bit and figure out how to do it. So if I'm working in Shaper or with cold people, I say the exact same thing that Mike just says. May I ask you a question? And then, I'm working with something so exciting. I may or may not be for you, but if I sent you a short video, would you watch it? Well, then when I realized that is kind of abrupt, I needed to add something to it. So what I added was, it may or may not be for you. If I sent you a short video about it, would you watch it? Then I'd like to connect and get your questions answered and just chat with you. And that's kind of softens the whole thing. And a lot of people are agreeing to look. But then I realized that it might be better if I used some kind of a qualifying statement or something that would spark their interest. So instead of just after I ask, may I ask you a question? And they say yes, I start with something like, I'm working with something super interesting. It may or may not be for you. I've run across something that's changed my life. It may or may not be for you. I'm working in a new area of science. It may not be for you. Your hashtag includes health, pets, athletes. And since you're interested in health or pets or skincare or whatever, I happen to be working in an area of science that might be interesting to you. May I send you, it may or may not be for you, may I send you a brief video? So this it depends on what your level of relationship is, if it's just very casual, you can also, if it's somebody that you have a relationship with, you've chatted with this person for a couple of times, or, you're starting to know them a little bit, you can change it a little bit and say something like, this is another thing. They always tell you, if you talk to someone long enough and ask them questions about themselves, they'll eventually ask about you. I've been in dozens of conversations where nobody ever asks me what I do. It just doesn't happen. So what I've done is I say, oh, since you mentioned your sick dog, I can't help but share with you what I do. Since you talked about your joint pain, I can't help but tell you what I do. I'm so sorry your husband is dealing with this health challenge, but now I can't help but share with you what I do. So figure out what your qualifying sentence is going to be, you know, and you have 6 or 8 of them in hand and ready to go and use them. See how it works for the homework for the next, any questions, first of all? For the next 20 minutes, you know, try to go in and use these, maybe write out a list of questions that you can use. I did type in this may or may not be for you, the whole line. So see how it works for you. I'm having pretty good luck with it. So
Bonita,
Mhm.
so do you first, may I ask you a question? You're not talking to them you're typing in Facebook.
I am in chat. Yep, I am in chat or on Shaper. May I ask you a question? Mhm.
And then that you wait for them to say yes.
Yes, and
Okay,
they always do.
okay.
All right, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Okay.